Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for September 17th, 2025. We've got Intrigue and Rising Sun today. And Sickness is back, with the prophecies being just Tea House. Okay, so that'll take a little while. For trashing, we've got Rice Broker and Tanuki. Sickness and Ninja. Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah. For draw, we've got Rice Broker trashing actions, Ronin, Nobles, Ninja, and Root Seller. 4+ actions, just Nobles. Ooh. That's a little awkward. It does play nicely enough with Ronin, but still. For gains, Craftsman, Ironworks, Tanuki-ish, Gather. Gather looks okay, I guess. The threes are a little dubious to just be gathering a whole bunch of, but the 4s and 5s, that looks better. Oh, I didn't mention Sea Trade for trashing. Okay. So obviously, I want to open Ninja. I mean, I actually wouldn't mind opening Ironworks, but it's got to be Ninja. So I think we pair that with a Craftsman to hit 5, even though, you know, like Ninja attack, you know, Craftsman don't care so much. Try to pick up. The problem is going to be getting to Nobles. We might have to just do that via Tanuki. In the meantime, we're going to be over terminaled. I don't know if there's too much to be done about that. Yeah, I think we go Craftsman, Ninja. We Craftsman a Tanuki, and then we plan to Tanuki, possibly the Craftsman, like into, or maybe we take a Rice Broker first. Maybe we take a Rice Broker first, actually. Rice Broker's not very good at trashing estates, but it is non-terminal, and it'll cycle the deck faster. But like Tanukiing into a Nobles could be a thing, right? If we can get, especially if we can get an Ironworks and use that to print 4s. Anyway. I go Ninja Silver. Okay. So this is not really the draw I wanted to see. Like, I would have liked to see a couple of states this turn, so that I would just like with the Craftsman, not necessarily this turn, but see estates with the Craftsman and just pay off debt. Like, here we're gonna have 2 coins and nothing to do with it. In any case, so again, the question: do we want to get Tanuki or do we want to get? I mean, what we could do is get Tanuki and then plan to Tanuki the Craftsman, if that makes sense. So I think I prefer that to getting the Rice Broker. Also because, like, then also trashing estates is just better. Okay, well, the good news is we had estates to discard to the Ninja. The bad news is we're still only going to hit 3 here. Do we want to silver? Root Cellar doesn't seem great right now, and maybe ever. Probably do want a silver. It's another thing that we can Tanuki into a 5, so we don't necessarily have to find the Craftsman. I mean, Root Cellar would be too, but... Okay, well... I think we play the ninja. There's a 4 in 7 chance that we draw a copper and can buy an ironworks. There is a 1 in 7 chance that we draw the craftsman and we're sad. There's a 1 in 7 chance that we draw the silver, which is fine. And then there's a 1 in 7 chance that we draw the estate, which is okay. Let's go ahead, I think, and get a rice broker. And do we want another rice broker, or do we want not that? Like a tea house could help us reach towards nobles, but also start to bring sickness online. Which I'm not really sure if that's to our benefit or not at this point. We still have 3 estates left. I'm not feeling like a second rice broker is going to help us hit 6 anyway. I think I'm going to take the tea house. Not sure about this. Sea trade to trash 1 estate. Okay. So we could now Tanuki here and take a couple of 4s. I think I like that. Get an estate out of the deck. Take a conspirator. I think so. We can always Tanuki it if it would be terminal anyway. Oh, I guess we are going to hit 6. And bottom deck our rice broker, but we actually hit 7. Oh, we could sea trade these 2 estates. I don't think that makes sense though. It triggers a shuffle. The rice broker misses the shuffle. It's unfortunate. Gather, I think we have to get nobles into the deck. Like, unfortunately, the gather is good value, but I think we got to get the nobles. We want to go actions and nobles here, or do we want to like just play the Tanuki? I guess we'll do this. Dang. Bottom deck the conspirator. That would have gotten us to 6 again. Well, I guess. So there's also Ronin. We do have nobles now, but I don't know if we're quite ready for that with just the 1 nobles in the deck. We might be. Could also get another rice broker. We certainly have plenty of copper to trash, and now we've got 2 tea houses and multiple conspirators. I think I prefer that. Oh boy. That's really... Oh, okay. Let's just turn it. Trash silver. Turn conspirator into. Or no, wait. I was going to say trash the table. We could trash the silver. Hmm. Yeah, maybe we actually do that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play the ninja. So the question is, do we turn the conspirator into another nobles? Or do we play it? We can buy a nobles, so I guess we play it. There is such thing as having too many conspirators, but uh, gold? What? Alright, sickness is about to come online. We really want to get that Ronin now. Maybe we're supposed to play nobles for for cards before playing that ninja. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I mean, we can turn an estate in or a copper into an estate. That does have some value. We could also just draw here, but we got stuff down there. We could also I guess we could sea trade, but I really want to get more we do have the 2 rice brokers. We trashed all of our estates. Really want to get more nobles. I think I am going to go ahead and do this. There is a downside to it because we have the rice brokers, but... And then there's like the whole situation of we don't have a Ronin yet. I think I'm going to take 1 more nobles. Well, we could gather. Maybe that's better, actually. Do we want a craftsman? Or do we want silver or even a root seller? I think craftsman isn't doing a whole lot, probably. Like, because there's no plus buy, so we're not going to be multi-provincing off of money, so gaining a bunch of more tea houses isn't going to be too impactful. Mostly we want to be able to like do stuff with Tanuki. Maybe that's why the bot got the gold, I guess. It could be. Root seller. I guess that's an argument for root seller, isn't it? Yeah, okay. But the debt isn't really going to be a big problem. What is this hand? What the fuck is this hand? Take another root seller, I guess. We can always Tanuki them. Alright, this iron works. is not probably doing too much. We could rice broker that. Not have to take a curse. Or we could just take the curse. That is a lot of conspirators to get rid of. Oh, but we do have the... We need the plus actions. If we... we have the Ronin. But we don't have the nobles in hand. Still, I think that's reason enough. Okay. Tanuki now. This estate. I guess we could take another Ironworks. And then we play the Ronin, we draw everything but the ninja. Alright, I want to play this other stuff, so I guess we're just going to draw through the ninja. Conspirator on top, we can draw that. I think there's... I'd like to... I'd like to get another Nobles. I'd like to get another Tanuki. I don't know if there's time. Like, hitting the bot with Ninja... We didn't do that last turn, right? But now we will. So, like, it might have a bad enough turn. I am worried about falling behind on the provincing just because of Tanuki. But the bot's going to struggle to play Tanuki every turn, I think. And it certainly can't play both Tanuki and Ninja every turn without any nobles. Ugh. I don't think we actually want to gain anything with this Ironworks. I mean, we could gain another Root Cellar. Right now we have 15 coins, minus 6 is 9. So if we played both of our Root Cellars... Well, we also have this, so we actually have 17 coins. So yeah, technically that's enough. Yeah. Although on the other hand, if we gather again to get another Tanuki, maybe we just don't even do that. Maybe the goal is to Tanuki like Root Cellar into Tanuki or something. Alright. Yeah, I think one more Nobles should pay off. Jesus, really? They rice brokered their ninja, though. It's just really surprising that they were able to hit province there, but this could be trouble. Do we gain a curse? I think not. I think we do this. Tanuki the root cellar to a Tanuki. Okay. Tanuki. Ironworks to nobles and buy province is an option. I think that makes sense. Okay. So now we can just do 1, 2, 3 actions, actions, draw. All right. I'm not gonna Tanuki both of these nobles, presumably. The bot does only have the one Tanuki. It cannot lower provinces by 3. So we are safe to take we're safe to take a province here. And we could take another Tanuki so that we have even more reach. That's what I'm thinking. I want to play the ninja. I'm not playing this for... Oh, that seems clear. We could Tanuki into another nobles as well. So like Tanuki... Root cellar to Tanuki. What did we discard? Root cellar, conspirator, copper. Okay, so we can Tanuki the conspirator that we have down there. But we want to play... Yeah, no, I guess we want to do that. What is that other card? A root cellar? We could leave that on top. We're actually a little low on money now. We somehow gotten rid of most of our root cellars? I guess so. We could, I guess we could turn the root cellar into a tea house or a rice broker. We probably don't need 3 rice brokers. The advantage of turning it into a tea house is that we have like a little bit more money that isn't dependent on having specifically conspirators activate. And now we have 4 conspirators and we really only have 1 tea house. Wow, okay. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Okay. And now we should be fine. We can go ahead and discard 3. Well, actually, hold on. So, because we could do province to province here if we keep this province in hand. But being able to full draw with the Ronin is good. So I think just go with that. Should play the ninja now. We can do Tanuki. I guess, actually, hold on. What we should really do, if we want to maximize points, is to Tanuki 2 nobles into provinces. And we can just... Or, well, no, we should buy a province. Tanuki a conspirator into a nobles, I guess. What did we discard? Conspirator Tea House province. Because like we can rice broker to draw all this stuff up. We can't actually play all 3 of these Tanukis without playing a nobles. That's fine, we can do that. Tanuki nobles to province. Play that. I guess we should actually turn the conspirators into duchies and not nobles, huh? Okay. Yeah, so it looked scary for a second. I think I kind of forgot how much reach I'd be able to use if I took advantage of like Tanuki into Tanuki and stuff. I mean, I think in the ideal case we would have continued to have like Ironworks just so that we could add more 4s, for example, to Tanuki into nobles and that kind of thing. Although Ninja is like the worst card for that. And I guess you would just gain another Ironworks, and then to Tanuki that. But yeah, I mean, so I don't know if there's a similar thing with Craftsman. Anyway, I don't know if I quite played this correctly from that perspective, but I think at the very least, having more actions and more gains was indeed more important than just like getting province as fast as possible. I mean, we didn't... that might have not been true if it weren't for sickness. The bot ended the game with 2 curses and took some other curses and then did trash them, but like it also ended the game with 3 coppers. So like it was definitely harder for the bot to get through its deck as a consequence of that, and it also like in order to do it, it had to cannibalize some stuff with Rice Broker, which is not necessarily a bad thing to do, but it does mean, you know, you can have trouble getting over the finish line if you start doing that early enough. So yeah, I think if it weren't for that, I could see it being at least a little bit more likely that some kind of like Tanuki province rush without the plus actions can get it done quickly enough. And Rice Broker definitely does help with that, but I do think you also need like something that's feeding that deck. Like even if it's just an Ironworks to gain actions that you can then Rice Broker. Like Rice Broker is a ton of draw when you're trashing an action, but you like this board. Like if you're buying provinces, like if you're gathering, that's one thing, but if you're buying provinces, you're going to run out of actions to trash really quickly because there's like you're not going to have the gains. But you throw an Ironworks into that deck, and that makes a big difference. Maybe even 2 Ironworks or 2 Rice Brokers. So yeah, I guess I wouldn't totally rule out that that could work. That like going with like a deck that had no nobles, one Tanuki, two Ironworks, two Rice Brokers. You know, some of the like Tea House Conspirator stuff to hit province, and then Tanuki to mill provinces. Maybe that does the trick. The Ronin draw sure was nice though. So being able to take advantage of that, I think, you know, in the face of Ninja and Sickness. Not that the bot actually stopped playing Ninja, which is also like that's a like if the bot had played Ninja, then I wouldn't have been able to discard to Sickness and still like play Ronin non-terminally. That's which is a pretty big deal. I would have had to take the curse. So yeah, I mean, I think having plus actions in your deck so that you can attack and stack that with Sickness is also a relevant consideration. Anyway, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.